So generally, I'd like to think that Rabbi Geffen and I are really nice people. But admittedly, and Maria still likes us, but when we first asked Maria to speak tonight, she was writing her Devar Torah for her adult bat mitzvah. So I'm actually not sure how nice we were, but thank you for saying yes. What's that? No, it was actually true. We debated like exactly when, because I was like, I don't know if she wants to do two Google documents with me at once. So thank you for saying yes. If you know Maria de la Calle, you know that she's amazing. If you don't know her, you'll know that momentarily. She was just 2 months ago an adult bat mitzvah that studying in this room for almost 2 years on Monday nights, while also working as a nurse for adult recovery and parenting 2 teenage daughters. Kind of wow. She's a mom of twins, she's a nurse, she's an adventurer in so many ways, and she lives, I'd say, many parallel journeys. She started her adult bat mitzvah Devar Torah by saying it was the end of a journey and the beginning of a journey. So Maria's journeys, I think, are kind of, I don't know if you see them as concentric rings, but parallel at least. She's also a pastry chef. She's starting a podcast, and I'm not sure, but she and Andy also just took a house down to the studs and built it all over again. So we are really thrilled that on this Pride Shabbat, on this wonderful Erev Shabbat, Maria, that you said yes and that you're here to teach us. Thank you. And to know that you have classmates and teachers in the congregation.
Comforting. Yeah, I think so. Hello. My name is Maria. My friends call me Mia, and I am in a same-sex marriage. Phew. I feel like I just came out all over again. What a relief. Now, that's done, and we can get this moving forward. When Rabbi Green asked me if I would be a speaker for Pride Shabbat, I said, well, my knee-jerk reaction was yes, because I always say yes when the rabbis ask me to do something. Later, I said to myself, why would they ask me? It's not like I'm gay. Oh, but wait, I am. I'm used to living my life on the fringe. I'm the firstborn daughter of immigrant parents, and I spent most of my life precariously balancing 2 cultures, and then, in adulthood, throwing them a curveball by converting to Judaism. Yes. I didn't learn to speak English till I was in kindergarten, and then when I did, there was no holding me back. I haven't stopped talking since. I've never been shy about speaking out when I believed in a cause, so activism and feminism were instinctive to me, even when it was not popular, and even when it got me in some trouble. In my early 20s, I met a gal. I fell in love, and she was the one person that I was willing to break my mother's heart for. Then in my late 20s, I came tumbling out of the closet and into a new life I knew nothing about. A newly birthed Latina into the LGBTQ community who was choosing to live her life as a Jew. I mean, how on the fringe of things did I want to live? If you were looking to fill your box in a friend group for diversity, I was your gal. To be honest, sometimes I felt like that was my role. And now, we were the token gay couple. Oh, hi, let me introduce you to Andy and Maria. Yep, they're a couple. And of course, we would get the obligatory, oh, we have a cousin, a friend, a babysitter, an old softball coach that was gay. Do you know them? Yes. Of course. We were all just at the all-gay rally for all the gay people everywhere. They're lovely. I'll send them your best. For me, it was exhausting to be the ambassador for all the LGBTQ people everywhere, or at least in my zip code. You see, I am in a same-sex marriage, and I am part of this community. However, it does not define me. I am so much more than just my sexual preference. Although I strongly believe in advocacy for human rights and the expression of love and gender as it is felt. While we lived in Seattle, my wife and I had twins, Emerson and Marlo, now 15. And at that point, it became increasingly important to me that we formalize our spiritual home base. We decided after much conversation that I would convert to Judaism while Andy was happy just to continue practicing without formal conversion. She would continue to be Jew-ish. We searched for a temple that was welcoming, both to the fact that we were not Jewish yet and that we were LGBTQ. By welcoming, I don't mean to say that they accepted us, because I know, and my wife knows, that it's okay to be gay. We just needed a temple that felt like home, a home away from home. We attended a synagogue for a while, and I took classes there, but the feeling of connection that I craved never came. We reverted to celebrating on our own, and we stopped going to temple altogether. I wanted so badly to belong to a synagogue that valued justice, wisdom, compassion, curiosity, rationality, equality, and the pursuit of truth, all while feeling like a family. Was that too much to ask? When we moved back to Chicago, I started to look into religious preschools and temples. I remembered one of my good friends had also converted, so I reached out to her. While talking one morning, she said, "Come meet the rabbi. We're about to go have breakfast together, and you will love her." So I looked at my family, and I took my little show on the road to the North Shore. We had breakfast with Rabbi Geffen. Who was this lady? She was not like any other rabbi I ever met. We laughed, we chatted, and she didn't even flinch once when questionable language was used. Many, many times. Most importantly, she made my family feel like we were so darn ordinary. I loved it. I loved her. I loved all of it. Next, I met Rabbi Green, and for me, the deal was done. Excuse me. I began to study for my conversion, and I was on my way. So, when you ask me why I joined North Shore Congregation Israel as a bisexual woman, mother, wife, I tell you it's because I wanted to find a community where I could be both my authentic self and an active participant in Jewish life. I figured if I'm going to navigate the complexities of identity and faith, why not do it with a supportive congregation that understands and values both tradition and inclusivity? Joining wasn't just about finding a place to celebrate Shabbat. It was about finding a community that welcomed me as I am and helped me and my family grow. Sure, over the years there were a few of the usual questions, but honestly, those moments have been more about sharing experiences rather than creating divisions. And I welcome it all here. What drew me in was the genuine acceptance and belief that our diversity enhances our community. NSCI embodies the spirit of inclusivity, making it clear that who you love doesn't diminish or distinguish your place in the Jewish family. It It's a place where I can engage deeply with my faith and identity without having to compromise on either. Joining NSCI has been meaningful and affirming. From my conversion to my recent adult bat mitzvah, it's a reminder that our community is richer for its diversity, and that being true to oneself can only strengthen our collective spirit. The time I spend here and the friendships that I make are ones that have filled my cup when it's been empty. And for that, I am so grateful. I will keep coming back to celebrate, to advocate, and to connect. Thank you for always welcoming me into this vibrant community. Here's to celebrating our shared values, unique perspectives together. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.